Hello, it's Denise of Mentoring Mama, and I am back for day 12 of the 31 Days of Tarot 2019. And today is, have you ever dealt with imposter syndrome in your tarot practice? And the short answer is yes. I have tried to answer this question several times, and I just end up rambling about different things. And so basically, yes. I have studied tarot for over 20 years. I have, in that time, I have maybe not used the tarot as much as other times, but I have studied tarot. I've taken tarot classes. I have read tarot books. I have, used the cards mostly intuitively after I learned, the basic meanings, and I, have gotten lots of good results. I recently, by recently, it's been over a year, but I don't remember exactly. But I've started doing readings for other people. And that's when the imposter syndrome kicked in for me. Not so much when I had been reading for friends and family, but when I started reading for strangers is when it just really kicked in, because I just felt like, and that's always, no matter what I do in life, I kind of have a little bit of imposter syndrome. Even if I've studied for it professionally, I've gone to college for something, or, when I went to massage therapy school, you get to a point where you're ready to go from studying to being a professional. And that's always been a tough transition for me. I've always felt like, you do something and then you should be perfect at it before you start. And if you're not perfect at it, if you don't know everything, then you need to go and learn some more, because you can't possibly be a professional if you don't know everything and you're not perfect at something. And that's a constant thought that surfaces no matter what I'm doing. It hits me hard for parenting too. That was really hard for a while with that, wanting to know everything and read all the books and do all the things and be perfect, but it also has hit me pretty hard in my tarot practice, as far as practicing for others. I started because I felt like I was giving really good readings for friends and family, and for myself, and I was ready to read for others, and it, it went pretty well, I would say, but I've always had that nagging voice that's well, you don't know enough. Because, I don't know all the esoteric, symbolism. I don't, and I don't know all of, I don't know that much about astrology and how that relates to the tarot and all that. There's so much that I really don't know about the tarot, and that is not a lie. That's a serious truth. And that's how I think that, because imposter syndrome, I think, is a function of the ego. It's your ego telling you that you're not good enough, not to bring you down and make you sad, but to make you quit, to make you quit and not put yourself out there, because your ego doesn't want you to fail or get embarrassed. And so I feel like that's my ego using the truth about me, that I don't know everything and I am not perfect, and playing that in my head. But I also think that there's a learning curve to anything that you're doing, tarot included, and you have to at some point put yourself out there if that's what you want to do, because you don't have to. You can read for yourself and have so many breakthroughs and have it be so amazingly beneficial to you, no matter what you want to do. What you do, if you do it professionally or not, it can be a wonderful personal practice. But if you're going to do it professionally, eventually you have to put yourself out there. You can't wait till you know everything. And, I took the classes, I read the books. I'm okay, I think I'm ready. And it's still, I get the whole, well, that voice, you don't know enough. They're going to know that you just read, that you're getting just intuitive messages. They're going to know that you don't know, all the information, from all the books that you have about this card. They're going to know that. They're going to know that that the meaning that you get from the Two of Wands today was different than the one that you got yesterday, because, it's just a very you know, that it's not, you don't have it down yet. Like it's just a voice telling me like what I'm doing is wrong. It's not enough. I need to know more. I need to go study more. Like I'm not ready. I'm not qualified. And then I get that. And then for myself personally, like I've also, spoken with people that don't necessarily believe that tarot is works, and that maybe it's like a scam. And also, I've had numerous great readings and wonderful feedback, and I've also had some negative comments. And I feel like myself personally, I tend to internalize a bit those negative comments and play those over in my head. Whereas even though if I have mostly positive with only a few, not even bad, but like just like not great comment, like it's just, I just take those and I find like I blow them up, exaggerate the bad and run it like over and over and over again in my head. And so I think that contributes, like those are the voices, like it's my ego, and then it's like other voices that I've internalized, and they kind of play in a loop on my head, like you're not qualified. And it's, yeah, you're not good enough yet. You're not qualified yet. You need to go and do more and then come back. And I think, sometimes you do need to study more. And just because I'm reading for other people doesn't mean that I've stopped studying. But sometimes I almost don't want to tell people that I read for other people, because I feel like I'm not ready yet for people to know. It's a very, the more that I do it, the less I deal with that imposter syndrome. But whenever I take a break or hiatus and then try to get back, that's when it kind of kicks in. And I know for myself, I just have to take a deep breath. I have to pull in my courage and my energy, and like just really pump myself up and just do it, and kind of like bust through that initial fear-based reaction of, and I think it's more of a, you're going to fail, you're not going to do well, you're not qualified yet. And it's just, I have to bust through that. And then once I get going, then that subsides for me. So that's the long drawn out answer to that question. Is I don't really know how to answer that question, but that was the best thing that's just my personal experience. So I'm interested to hear what other people say. And I'll catch you later. All right, bye.